guys, I'm Christy Vanover from Girls Can Grill. Today we're cooking with Cowboy and we're gonna make classic ribeye steaks just the way my pops makes them. We are starting with some bone-in ribeyes. These are 1.5 inch thick. We're gonna do a nice little slurry of seasoning on them, and then I'm cooking them over some Cowboy hardwood briquettes. These are gonna give it that great classic backyard flavor. They've got all natural hardwood. I've got them lit in the chimney right now, so it's a perfect time to get this seasoned up. This is the classic slurry that my pops always makes. We're gonna start with some olive oil. Then for that great umami flavor, we're using some soy sauce. Worcestershire sauce adds to that umami as well. And then I'm using some steak seasoning. You can use any kind of pre-made steak seasoning, or you can make your own. I've got a recipe on my website. You could also just use kosher salt, coarse ground black pepper, and some granulated garlic. We're gonna stir this all up. You can see that it's nice and thick. This is gonna be kind of a quick glaze. We're also going to use it during the cooking process. Because of that, we don't wanna cross-contaminate. And what I mean by cross-contamination is we don't wanna combine raw meat with this and then use this again once the meat's cooked. So I'm gonna pour this onto my steaks, and then I'm gonna use my hands to rub this all in. We wanna save some of this for later. I like to use gloves. It makes cleanup super easy. Go ahead and push this into the meat. We really want it to get flavored up. You don't have to marinate this for a long time. Once the coals are ready, once my Cowboy charcoal's ready, it's perfect timing. That's all that you need. Add a little bit more here. Again, just some right on top. And then this is about maybe a quarter cup, couple tablespoons. That's the perfect amount that we need once we glaze these after they're grilling. So again, just work that all in. It smells wonderful. Again, you can smell that umami flavor. The oil's gonna help just a little bit with the sear, and then just a classic salt and pepper, garlic. And in my steak seasoning, I add a little bit of chili peppers too, because I like a little heat. All right, we're gonna let these rest. The coals are almost ready, so we can get them dumped into the grill. All right, you can see that the coals are starting to ash over in the chimney. That's when you know it's time to dump. I like to use heat gloves because this is really hot. All right, we've got the coals nice and hot. If you put your hand over it, you should be able to hold it for about 3, maybe 4 seconds. Then you know you're at a good high heat. So we can get these ribeyes loaded right onto the grill. Love the sound of that sizzle. All right, we're gonna let these cook for 3 to 4 minutes without touching them. Then I'm gonna give them a rotate. Then we're gonna flip them and glaze them with some of that slurry. I'm gonna go ahead and close this lid down. Because these are such thick ribeyes, we want to make sure that they get cooked through to the center. So closing the lid is going to keep more heat in the grill. That's going to help with that cooking process. All right, it's been about 3 minutes. You can see that there's lots of nice flame kissing up onto these steaks. We're going to give them just a rotate. We'll try to get some grill marks, but I'll be honest with you, if we don't get full grill marks, that's okay. I really like it when I have the nice sear over the whole steak. Because there's a lot of fat in ribeye though, you can see that we're getting some big drips down onto the coals, which is creating these flames. So I'm gonna close the lid, first of all. That's gonna help kind of reduce the oxygen flow so we can reduce the flames. But if the flames are too much because this is such a fatty piece, we can also move it over to the side after we get that nice sear so we don't have the constant flames on the steak. All right, the steaks have been on for about 6 to 7 minutes. It's time to give them a flip. I love the sear that we're getting on this. Nice and crispy, that's all that flavor built in. We're gonna baste this up with a little bit more of this oil slurry. Close this down and let it go for just a little bit longer. The most reliable way to know if your steaks are done is to use a instant read thermometer. With a ribeye steak, you wanna not hit it through the bone because that bone's gonna give you the wrong temperature, but go in through the side. My father-in-law, my pops, he likes them well done. I like them a little more medium rare. These are ready to take off the grill. I like to cook them to about 130 degrees. Let's get them off the grill. We'll let them rest and then we can slice them. Okay, it's really important to let these rest. You want all the juices that are circulating to kind of mellow out and stay in the steak. If you were to cut this too soon, all those juices instead would end up on your cutting board and not within the beautiful beef flavor. I'm taking this glaze one more time. Just gonna hit that there and let them rest. Okay, we've let these steaks rest. The reason I rested them in a pan and not on the cutting board is because after I slice them, I'm gonna pour all of this ribeye juice right on top. That is flavor. First thing I like to do, these are bone-in ribeyes. So I'm gonna just take them off the bone, grab the bone here, and you know you've got someone in your family who wants to eat just this part. I know I do. My mother-in-law, these are all hers. We don't even fight her anymore. That's just her part of the meat. So I'm gonna take them off of both of these. You don't have to be perfect. You can leave some of that meat on there because that's the best part, right? All right, now we're gonna cut through these. They smell so good, you guys. Again, cook your steaks to whatever doneness your family likes. I know there's a lot of talk on the internet that it has to be medium rare, it has to be rare. If you're a well-done steak, you're not a real man. Like, whatever. If you're eating the steak and you like it, cook it the way you like it. Then what I like to do is get this out on the board. We're gonna add some more of this glaze on it and then put on these pan drippings. So let's move this first one on over just for a beautiful presentation. And again, you can see some of these pieces are more medium. That's okay, because that's how my family likes it. You can slice these thick or thin. It really doesn't matter. If you're gonna make a sandwich with this or have some leftovers, thinner slices are sometimes better. All right, remember these juices? These are going right on top. Again, all of this is flavor. You wanna capture as much of that flavor as you can. Got a little bit more of our slurry left. I'm not gonna use all of it because I don't want everything to be a little too salty, but just a little extra added flavor. All right, to finish things off, just a little pop of color. Parsley's not gonna add a lot of flavor, but it's gonna give it that beautiful color. And then finally, just a few flakes of sea salt. Guys, I'm Christy Vanover with Girls Can Grill. This is how my family cooks up a ribeye steak. Let's give it a taste. Just like Pops makes it. Guys, I wanna hear how you make your steak. Leave a comment, and as always, keep cooking with Cowboy.